it's not all about the hustle and the bustle or just the partying and all this stuff or trying to be gangsters that you're not. It's just trying to be a humble person that can go out into the world and be responsible. And that's the way they're supposed to do this. They're supposed to commit rehabilitation for these offenders, and this is one thing that they're not doing. And it's sad.
And yeah, and it is very sad because once once they're released and they haven't been given the proper tools to come back into society, they're going to reoffend again. And sometimes I be thinking that that's what they depend on. Oh, he gonna go out there, he gonna get in trouble, or she gonna go out there and get in trouble. She'll be back, and probably little do we know they probably be putting bets on like, oh, he'll be back in here in like 2 months, 3 months, and and then here he come back in, So once again, I do believe that there's power in voices. If we all come together and speak out against what's going on in these prisons, you can go on Facebook and enter into these prison groups, and you can see how many men, how many women, especially the men, are in these prisons that's getting the fentanyl, the K2, and they're overdosing. Mr. Legate, I know you got 1 minute left, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you give your final thought, and also I'll do it for you. I will give them your change.org. Go ahead.
Okay, what I'd like to say is that one thing about TDC, what they implemented is you have to have self rehabilitation. If you want to rehabilitate yourself, they're saying that, well, go to school, get a GED, do whatever you're going to do. But there is no motive for these people. Everybody takes care of these youngsters because they love them. They send them money, they do whatever they can because they help them out. Now, when they get out to the world, they say, hey, well, now you got to get a job, you got to get responsible, you got to do this, you got to do that. But they can't do that. They rather work for a stamp or a dollar, selling little stuff here rather than going out there making money and being productive. But I believe that with the families love it. I love you all. I'll see y'all later.
Okay. So we have Cornel back. Mr. Legate, time ran out. And Mr. Legate is currently in Texas fighting a wrongful conviction. We had him on here many a times talking about his conviction. If you guys haven't, go to change.org, look up just where's the justice for James Legate, and please sign his change.org, because he is an innocent man in prison. So Cornel, welcome back.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm back, and I appreciate being back, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
So where
does Mr. Legate leave off at,
ma'am? We was talking about, we had a question come up. Patrice asked a question about drug programs, if there were any drug programs in the prison.
Okay, that's a good question to be asked, man. Let me just put it like this. This is a sham process, man. Okay, I am in one right now. This is classified as the Management Training Corporation, which is a private facility, a private entity. And what they're doing is that the parole board would recommend you to be placed on one of these programs. But in TDC, we do have AA programs and other church programs in order to help people to try to stay away from drugs and stuff like that. But no, we do not have any positive programs here in the prison system, Texas, that would help these kids get off of drugs, man. We do not have that. So we can't sugarcoat it and lie and say that we do. We don't.
Because Mr. Legate was telling us that it wasn't any programs over there for them to do that. They basically, I just guess they just hanging out, not doing nothing. So if they just over there hanging out, not doing anything, that's a prime way to start, indulging, thinking that, okay, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna do this, and this just gonna send me floating out of prison for a minute, and then I come back to reality. But sometimes some of them gonna snap out of it. They over there done overdose.
Okay. Well, ma'am, honestly speaking, ma'am, okay, if kids don't have no incentives, ma'am, to do better, they will not do better. If we don't have no programs